Can Paris, the capital of fashion and light and romance, also be home to a cutting-edge contemporary art scene? The art world is all abuzz about Paris these days, and here to tell us more about it is Wall Street Journal reporter Kelly Crow. Kelly, thanks so much for being with us.
Bonjour, how are you? Thanks for having me.
Doing great, Kelly. Thank you so much. Paris's contemporary art scene had been considered rather sleepy for the past few decades. So what's behind this new energy?
There's a really great sort of amalgamation of different factors. You have a whole new generation of young museum directors that have taken over some of Paris's really top institutions, from the Louvre to the Palais de Tokyo to the Musée d'Orsay. The list goes on. And what we're finding is that these young museum directors are really interested not in competing with each other for visitors and tax dollars, but really collaborating. So you've got the Centre Pompidou doing a retrospective of Frank Gehry right at the time that a private collector, LVMH luxury goods executive Bernard Arnault, is opening his new private museum, the Fondation Louis Vuitton, designed by, you guessed it, Frank Gehry.
Fantastic.
There's a nice synergy there happening that's sort of really helping.
And is some of that energy from the museums and the big institutions, is it trickling down to the street, to the galleries as well?
Yeah, I think that the spirit of esprit de corps, if you will, I'm going to use as much French as possible, is really trickling down to the younger collectors as well. France used to be really notorious after the war for its discretion, both sort of for feelings of disappointment that they lost the art scene to New York, and also just for tax reasons. A lot of French collectors didn't want to say what they owned. Now you've got young advertising executives, real estate developers. They're sort of acting like American collectors. They want to show off what they've got. There's new nonprofit art spaces that are making that possible for them to promote local French artists, and that's inducing really good French young artists to stay. A few years ago, they felt like they had to come to New York or go to London in order to break out. Now I'm hearing that more young French artists are wanting to make a go of it in Paris. All of that is a happy stew of both institutions willing to show younger art, collectors willing to buy it and promote it and champion it locally, and then therefore, that's getting artists to stay. So it's a really nice season for Paris, and I think due for a closer look.
Absolutely. And is some of this younger energy inducing the older collectors to open up some of their collections as well?
Oh, I don't know. That's a harder row. I mean,
yeah.
How much luck does the young generation have the old generation to do anything? But what's nice, you also, for the older collectors, you've got the Musée Picasso is reopening after 5 years of renovations. It's sort of a lot of drama with ousted presidents and sort of a staff mutiny. And now it also now has a young new director, Laurent Lebon. So that will be fun to see Picasso. This is the Picasso estate, essentially the pieces that Picasso had in his collection when he died. So not only some really cool things that never entered the market, but also some artists that he collected over the years. They're going to be in this really beautiful room, sort of with black and white checkered floors and views of Paris. All of it's sort of a nice moment for people to come in. You also have the Contemporary Art Fair, FIAC, in the Grand Palais all that week, so you can buy some and take it home with you as well.
It sounds very exciting, Kelly. It sounds like it's time for a trip to Paris.
Oui.
Thank you so much for that.